Hello and welcome. My name is Biagio Mazza, Pastoral Associate at St. Sabina Parish in Belton, Missouri, and I'm here to welcome you to another Do You Know series question. As we continue our series on our lived faith experiences, today's Do You Know question is, do you know why the Ambo is called the table of God's Word? The term Ambo basically means a raised area or platform from which the word is proclaimed. Christian ambos probably were borrowed from Jewish ambos that were used in synagogue worship service for proclamation of the word. We know that as early as the 400s, Augustine makes references to the use of ambos as for the proclamation of the word. The ambos, over a period of time, the ambos really developed into very elaborate raised areas for the proclamation of the word, even to the development of two different ambos, one for the gospel side and one for the epistle side. We do know that the ambos were exclusively used for the proclamation of the word and for nothing else. However, as churches continued to grow and develop, the ambos started to shift in their understanding. Instead of being the area for the proclamation of the word, the ambos became almost raised platform, turned into pulpits, were used exclusively for preaching the sermon. And certainly by the time we get to the Council of Trent and the response to the Reformation in 1563, the council actually mandated that the readings were to be proclaimed from the altar and ultimately from a missal placed on a bookstand and to be read privately by the priest. So by the time of the extent of the Trent to Second Vatican Council, the word was being proclaimed by the priest silently at the altar, still maintaining the difference between the gospel and the epistle side, but maintained privately by the priest. Vatican II, with its emphasis on the proclamation of the word, really rediscovered and re-emphasized the use of the ambo as a separate raised area exclusively made for the proclamation of the word. So ambos became the focus of the minister of the word, the proclamation of the word, and the ambos were to be used exclusively for that. It was to be used for the readings, the responsorial psalm, the gospel obviously, the homily, the prayer, the faithful, the general intercession, and the exultet. No other use by the singers or whatever were to use the ambo. So it rediscovered and re-emphasized the presence of Christ in the Word. As a matter of fact, the ambo should be a solid stationary place like we have here in our church. Solid stationary place where the Word is proclaimed, and it should be the focal center of as people come in, it should be situated in a way and structured in a way where it becomes the focal center for people to see and hear the proclamation of the word. Oftentimes candles on both sides can be placed there, or altar servers can be placed on either side during the proclamation of the word, so as to really emphasize the fact of Christ's presence in the word as the light of the world. And so the whole resurfacing of the ambo as the place of the proclamation of God's word takes on this rich dimension, Vatican II, which claimed that at the Eucharist we are fed from two tables: the table of the word, which is the ambo, and the table of the Eucharist, or God's body, which is the altar. So I hope this has helped to explain why we refer to ambos as the very table of God's Word, and I hope you'll return again to more Do You Know series question as we continue to explore our lived faith traditions. Thank you very much.